It's only been 2 games, but who was your Finals MVP leader through the first 2 games of the NBA Finals?
Right now, probably Brown.
Wow.
Probably Brown. He's sticking to the game plan. And like, even though Luka's scoring 30, that's neither here nor there. He's the defense he's playing on Luka is picking him up full court, turning him, making it harder on him. Like, as much as Luka has the ball, he should have 30, right? But he's making it hard on him. He's doing the little things offensively, like when he does see a backdoor, he's backdooring. When they do need a bucket because they shot a lot of threes, right? There'd be times where these motherfuckers will shoot 10 straight threes without even knowing. Just, oh, you shot 2, let me go ahead and shoot 1. Yeah. And usually Brown is the one that breaks it up because he's, when he gets it, he does get to the basket. So I would say Brown, most valuable, Brown, Jrue Holiday.
Yeah. Go Bruins.
Tatum. Well, I know Tatum's damn near averaging a triple-double, but it's the little things that's doing. Like when we see a play being made and a key bucket needs to be made, Jrue backdoored somebody, Jrue flash cut and got an and one, or like it's always. So I got him second right now.
So you think if Jayson Tatum averages a triple-double for the Finals, even though the points aren't?
It's not. It's not about.
Does that make it more of appealing?
Listen, what I'm saying is there's going to be a game where, just like Kai, he's going to explode, and the fact that he's taking 22 shots, imagine when he is balling, right? So he's going to fuck around and have a 40-piece in this series, right? He might have a triple-double in this series, but just right now, his impact is just different. I think we're just so focused on him scoring and how bad he's playing. We're not realizing, just like any player, as a coach, you tell him, hey, you're not putting the ball in the basket. What else are you doing? You're rebounding, right? You're passing the ball around. You're defending, right? So besides scoring, man, damn, everybody's doing fucking. Everybody's bringing something.
That's
right?
What I'm gonna say. Like, you can't. I can't pick one. If it's, I can pick all 3.
That's what I said. When I started naming everything, it's like they all balling, right? Yeah. They're all doing what it takes to win.
There might be a group award. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be
11 voters, right? 11 voters.
It's like it could go this way or that way.
There's a potential to be multiple, right? If they go like 3 and 2 or something like that.
What?
If the voter, I think it's 11 voters, so. You get 3 votes for Brown, 3 votes for Tatum, 3 votes for Holiday.
Let's set up the criteria.
Luka gets 2 on the low.
I like to set up the criteria for what we're talking about in specifics. Because when you talk about most valuable player, I think they're still getting it twisted to the comment of who's the best player, right? I'll say, if I say Jaylen Brown's the best player on the team, that doesn't mean he's the most valuable player in the series. This series right now, if we were to end it tomorrow, it would probably be Jayson Tatum because of the stats accumulated on doing other things other than scoring. And the fact that he's not taking on the top defensive coverage doesn't negate the fact that his value has been he's passing the ball more than he used to. So him averaging a triple-double would warrant him being the MVP because he's doing other things outside of the game. He's not playing well. Now, Jrue Holiday, on the other hand, his scoring output, the things that he's doing for the game, is warranting him the conversation because his stats are higher than everyone else's. Jaylen Brown is at the bottom tier just because he's taking on both sides of the ball. His numbers aren't blaring, but we know that he's affecting the game from a leadership standpoint. And that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, all right, right now, the game ended today. I would give it to Jayson Tatum because he's done a lot more for the team's success. But then at the same time, you look at Jrue Holiday, he stepped up when you didn't expect him to. Now the next 2 games is gonna show us, like, all right, like he said, if Jayson Tatum explodes for a 40 ball, it's not a lot you're gonna
tell you this, Jrue Holiday get Finals MVP. Milwaukee gonna be shooting themselves.
It's a possibility.
I think Bucks fans will be happy for Jrue.
No, for sure. I'm just saying, like,
but not with the
you
Celtics.
still gotta look at, like, damn, we just traded this guy and he go get Finals MVP. Like, that's a bar.
Do you compare that?
Huh?
Do you compare that trade now?
It's not about compare. I just look at the way.
Was it a right move?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still make that trade.
It was
You got a
it was
chance.
right.
Yeah.
It was
You got to do the move. I mean, it just worked in Jrue's favor. It's just like he's back. He's back where he wanted to go.
Jrue there, the 18-19, right? This is perfect. 18-19 is like, nah, man, we need more than that.
Yeah, he did have.
And that's the problem.
But with Chris Middleton,
That's why, because Chris Middleton was out, so it's like, yo, we need you to step up. That was the problem.
And no,
Chris Middleton wasn't playing very well, and he was still injured, so he was hobbling. So it was like, now they're looking at Jrue to score 30, and he's like, well.
do you think Milwaukee get past Indiana if they had Jrue instead of Dame?
But if everybody's healthy?
With no Giannis?
Still no Giannis, but you got Chris and
It might.
the way Jrue playing right now.
But you would need Jrue to score more than what he's.
But I mean, yeah, but defensively, I think he would have
But
been
he's-
able.
Do you think they
He's
asked
the fourth,
Jrue to
fifth
score?
option on this Celtics squad at times, so it's not like they're keying in on him. So he has the potential to get a lot more buckets in that situation.
That's the
with
situation.
Milwaukee.
He's the number one. So them traps that they were trying to do, that's him now.
I just think I don't know. Jrue just all over the place though.
Do you think they ever asked Jrue to do that in Milwaukee?
What?
Probably his first couple
Be
years.
number two? I'm talking about in the last
To be number two? No.
in the last
no.
few years. So like if Giannis goes down, is it Drew's responsibility to know that he's supposed to pick up the scoring low, or is it the coach to say, look, I need more?
I think he knows because he's a vet and how many years he's played. Like I think he knows. Like yo, I got to step up. Giannis is down.
Is he capable of giving you 25 a game if he's in Milwaukee with no Giannis?
He's never been a 25-point scorer, huh? No.
Is he capable?
Is he capable? Yeah, if that's shot rolling. Well, I think
Way
it's
he
more.
played-
you know,
way he
I just,
played-
there's
I just
just
think
some
he
people
changed
that
the game a lot more on defensive end, though.
Remember, there's just some people that's just not. They're not selfish like that.
Yeah.
Right? He's one of those guys. Like you tell him to take 25 a game. Like to take 25 every game. You gotta be selfish a little bit. That's not like you can't be a team like Igwa. You tell Iggy to take 25 shots a game, he's like, come on, man. He started looking at his teammates and shit like that. Right, that.
But he was giving you 20 in
I
Philly.
don't feel comfortable with motherfuckers just side-eyeing me.
He was giving you 20 a game in Philly, though. He's giving you 20 shots a game.
And he still was like, yeah, motherfucker.
You know, some people be
But
like,
Jrue giving you 14 shots on 26 on 14 shots.
26 and 11.
he got to
on
be
14
hitting.
shots.
He got to be hitting.
But that's an efficient player, though. That's a player saying, I don't need that 25.
Yeah, see, you said something, and I wanted to look it up. The most valuable player right now is Jrue Holiday.
Based on these two games, right?
Based on the two games, because technically, see, I think what's going on is everybody's looking at who's playing better between Jayson and Jaylen,
Yep.
right? When both
sleeper.
of them are playing lower than
Then he advertised.
their average, than what they did in the regular season or the previous matches. They're both under the number, right? One is averaging 17, the other one's averaging 20, right? Well, Drew's averaging 19 compared to what he averages. So right now, he's the only one with the biggest plus.
19, 10, 4 assists.
Yes,
For the-
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say right now, Drew.
Get traded, bro.
As a
and come
point
back and win
guard,
it.
19 and 10.
See, I think, but that's everyone's just paying attention to these two and realizing like, nah, this is right here. The most valuable player. It's this one.
That's they always
He might be
underestimate.
top 5 out of California if you get that Finals MVP.
Hey,
Man,
think
stop,
about-
Say he
dog.
was the best in his class, right?
Stop, dog.
Best in his high school class coming out, Brendan?
Damn.
Hey,
No, I'm saying no. LA, as far as LA, he might be top 5 if he get Finals MVP. Jrue Holiday.
What is that? How does that? What does that got?
Wasn't he the best in,
I'm the 5th option, and I got Finals MVP.
Yeah, you the
wasn't he
fifth option.
best in his high school class coming out of
Man, you the fifth option, sir. It's 5.
and literally this next game,
How was he in high school? I wasn't. He was nice.
They said he was the best. Coming out of
Who was in
California.
his class? Because you keep looking over here. You keep looking over
Hey,
here.
make a statement, bro.
He keeps looking over here. You
I'm
keep.
saying, bro, he could be top 5 out of LA, so it don't even
No,
matter.
what I'm saying is every time you said it so
you the top. Because you number one.
No, we talking about something else. Listen, top 5 out of LA Hooper ever
Yeah, I don't know that list, but I know I know you keep saying in his class for a reason. Was he in his class? Was he in his class?
You was in Jrue Holiday class?
I was 09. Listen.
Oh, what class was
He was 08?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was a year off. I was just fucking with Mr. Big.
That's why I said I knew something, because it was like, why you keep saying his class? Like,
They said in that time period, though. In that, that 2008, 2009.
Listen, now we talking about right now, though. Right now. Yeah, right now. If he go ahead and get this off at the end, if he like this,
he can get it because they focus on them other two niggas out there. He can go out there and get another 20-point game.
Who?
Jrue.
Yeah.
Easy.
Hey. So we asked the chat, finals MVP so far, over 2,000 votes. Jaylen Brown, 56%. Jrue Holiday, 25%. Jayson Tatum, 11%.
Ooh, that
7%.
influence, man. I should have never said that shit about JT, man. He might get traded after this year.
He getting that 315.
Nah, but I mean, I think before the chat heard all the things, right now I'm going with Jrue.
I'll go with Jrue, too.
I mean, he averaged 19, 10, and 4? What'd you say?
9.5 rebounds, 4 assists.
But Jayson Tatum is at, what, 19?
17, 10, and 9.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be mad about if any of them get it. It just depends on what happens these next 2 games.
Like I'm saying, we got to remember, these both averaged 27 last series, right? 27 last series. Yeah. So they're both underperforming, right? And we're comparing them to each other when this dude is overperforming in a sense. So
yeah, I think it's the last game. It's whatever happens in the closeout game.
Yeah.
Who plays the best in the closeout game?
Yeah. And you know what else about the youngins? Like this is a good lesson for the youngins coming up too. That's trying to get to the like. Sometimes it's not your series. Yeah. Sometimes it's other guys' series, but like you got to do what you got to do to win. And what Boston's been showing up with all the players that they have is like maturity and being able to be like, all right, you go.
Yeah, don't
like you go. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not personal, and that's what it takes to win. Like you know the fact that everybody's taking a turn.
But that's the bad part about. That's the bad part about just like the narratives from the outside media, right? That we understand some series is not your series, right? But sometimes the pressure of being a star, you yourself would jeopardize the series.
Yep.
But you may not even realize it. I mean,
no.
But I just got to get up. Yeah. I mean, you know consciously like, fuck that, I got to get my bucket.
If the offense, if their key is to stop me, and I'm trying to win an award, and I'm going against the win, because that's what it is. Sometimes do you want to be the man or do you want the chip, right? And that's really sometimes where like the chip's in. If you want this chip, you're averaging 27. You're gonna average 17, 10, and 8.
Yep.
And he's gonna average 22, 5, and 5, and he's gonna win the MVP. Now, are you gonna accept that?
Because I heard that's what happened in that Boston Lakers series.
And that becomes the problem, right? Because the pressure of you being the man all year comes down to this, and now if you really want this championship, you got to sacrifice for it. If you don't sacrifice for it, then they're going to win it. So it's all up to you.
And at the end of the day, we all gonna get paid. Like, but you gotta do other things to get paid too. Like you said, Jayson Tatum, his numbers scoring, but I'm showing I can rebound. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, it's other things you can do besides just scoring.
And that's what
you're gonna get paid.
That's what the past, and that's what the 80s and those guys did well, right? They played their roles well, and I think sometimes, even myself, when we look at them, we look at the stars, but we don't look how great some of those role players were that sacrificed being the man for the bigger cause, right? And I think sometimes, like, just to talk shit, you kind of leave out some, I leave out some details, right, to prove points. But in the sense is, some of these guys that, when we were talking about championship teams and you talking about individuals, somebody like Scottie, when we seen Jordan gone, we got to see, damn, Scottie can carry your goddamn team. You know what I mean? Like, he can't really just do this by himself and have them in this position, but because he knows there's a better force in front of him, he's willing to just clean up all the other flaws. And we don't appreciate that as much as we're supposed to.
Is that a testament to Scotty, though? Because you can imagine Scotty during those Bulls when I was like, I can do the same shit out there. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Because it was the system that was set up for that. You know, when you got a system and it's flawless,
worthy,
you can say, put me in Mike's spot, I can do what Mike does.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? I can't do it as well as Mike does it, but I can do what he's doing. So when I'm having conversations about basketball with guys who don't play basketball, like my guy A Verb, shout out A Verb, Move Around Podcast.
Move Around Podcast.
We talk about what it looks like for Jayson Tatum because he's from St. Louis and he's a St. Louis guy. And I'm like, bro, you can tell as a hooper when we're watching who's forcing it and who's not. We can watch. And the typical fan can never see it. They will never know that. They were like, why your face look like that every time you get the ball? I'm like, because he's fucking forcing it. And you look at the unforced turnover, you see him forcing it inside and he's losing the ball and shit. You're like, bro, like you just said, it's not your series this time, right? And when you realize that as a hooper, that it's not your series, it's not gonna feel good, but trying to do those other things can make you feel good. Getting that extra rebound, getting that hockey assist, boom, boom, boom. I know that happened because of me. That helps your ego calm down for that forcible action that's happening out
But
there.
also, we see it as real hoopers.
Yes.
Like your peers see it, so we know what's going on. Stop worrying about the respect from the this person that's outside, bro. We see what you're doing. That's why when you see us in person, we be like, yo, bro, you're one of the reasons. Like, don't ever get it.
Yeah, fact.
Like we'll tell you.
And that's what that's what J Kid's praying on. He's playing on. Jayson Tatum's been holding it down for this long. They done failed this. He's been excellent in certain series, this. And then he's gotten finally to the top of the mountain. And for him to get crowned the king, the face of the NBA, this is not your series.
It's not your series.
So how do you
that right there is just like it's.
But it might not be right now.
But you get a ring, though.
And it might be next year or the year after, because it ain't over.
But that's still young. That's what I'm saying. It's one of them.
Still young.
But you get a ring.
Right? You can't get both.
You can, though. You got to learn how to make it your series without getting credit for it. You can make it your series. It's mine. I did all that.
Yeah.
But y'all not going to credit me because it's not a stat for it. Leadership, that's what I think Jaylen, that's why I call Jaylen Brown the best player, because he's doing unstatistical things on the floor that you're not gonna get credit for, that the team credits him for.
Yeah.
Immediately, everybody in there like, nah, Jaylen is one of those military, high intelligent guys that strategically, hey, nah, let's go over here. I already know the play. Oh, no, let's run this for JT, let's do boom. Everybody got that respect.
But do you think it's easier for him because he's been option 2?
Yes.
So he's already bought into sacrifice versus.
And he knows what JT doesn't do well, what he does well, what he responds to, what he doesn't respond. Your number 2 has to know. It's like an assistant.
Yeah.
When you have a good assistant, a good assistant can become the boss. If you get sick, the assistant is the only person that knows the codes, the only person that knows where everything is. They know exactly what to do. So if you ain't training your assistant to be the number 1, if he's been number 1 the whole time and JB ain't really been watching JT like, yo, I see what you're doing well, I see what you're doing wrong. So when you fuck up and lose this spot or you get a sick day, I'm gonna come in and show them exactly all the things you was doing wrong, doing right. Kind of like Doc and the consultant shit with Griffin. It's like, oh, I seen what he was fucking up on. I'm gonna come in here and do this shit.
So would you say that was OKC's problem?
With Russ and KD?
Yep.
What, that they was there? That they were
not understanding who was number 1 and number 2?
No, fact.
No, I think they knew. I think they knew. I just think the Russ didn't want to play number 2.
No, he didn't. No. Look, so Russ understands who's the star, but in his mind, y'all need to understand who everyone's trying to stop too.
Like me too.
Some of y'all get extra easy shots because this force I have into me attacking that basket.
For sure.
So at least give me the credit for the damn triple teams and the quadruple teams I do get. But he did understand that this man needs the ball all the time, right? So he does, like, even when he went to Washington, you remember, he knows who the star is.
It's Bill's team.
Yeah, so
give him the
and
rock.
he averaged a triple-double still.
Yeah.
Coming in there.
Which is crazy.